This episode of Full Coverage is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com, I find a place to stay in the U.S. I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for.
They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals, and I'm always able to find something that fits my specific needs. I've found that Booking.com has something for everyone. Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
I do remember you were telling me, because I literally came up to you and was just like blown away. You were like, it was like blah, blah, blah when you were talking. I was like,
It was doo-doo.
Basically.
welcome to your favorite podcast. It's Full Coverage with your host, Manny and Mue.
Hi.
And
Laura Lee.
you can introduce me.
I
accidentally introduced Manny, so he can introduce me.
So I had to introduce her.
Today we have a very special guest in the house. She's a dear friend to me and Manny. I've loved her for so long. She's amazing, talented makeup artist to many celebrity people. You know who she is Ash K. Holm. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's really an honor.
So excited.
It's really
to
an
have
honor.
you.
I've wanted to do this for years. I'm so excited.
And
I've been fans
of
you guys like since the beginning. So
Likewise. I feel like I met you so long ago whenever you first moved here from Texas, from Houston, with Gabriel Zamora and Jesus.
Yes. I can't. Like a decade ago.
Yeah, a decade ago.
Literally a decade ago. It's
Isn't
crazy
that
how time just flies.
We were talking about how crazy it is that you guys all made it too. We actually talked about this on Full Coverage.
We did. We talked about
how cool it is that like you guys all came out here with the dream from Texas, and you guys all made it. In
all
your
three
own
of
way.
y'all.
It truly makes my heart so happy just to see that like each and every one of us has like found our own path and really paved our way in LA. Like it's so rewarding and so meaningful because we literally just came from Houston, Texas, you know, and like some of us like myself on the outskirts, you know, of the city. So it's like even more meaningful.
I think it's so important to bring that up because there's so many people probably sitting in a small town right now thinking it's not possible. It's not a possibility. And then it's like crazy because there's three of you,
right?
Not just one of you made it, all three. So it's like living proof.
I agree. Honestly, it's like, you know, I love sharing that story because I feel like people look at our social medias and it's like, oh, maybe this happened overnight for them because they're not really seeing the journey and the process and like the hard work it took to get here. So I love like getting into all of that.
So good.
I love that.
Well, we're going to be diving much deeper into all that in today's episode. But first, we always have to start our episodes with a little peek and pit so you can find out what's going on in our world currently. Ash, why don't you start with a peek or a pit? I'll let you pick.
Okay. So peak, I'm so excited because I found out this week that I'm going to be doing a master class with Ipsy.
Oh, I love
and
that.
right after, I think a month later with Morphe brushes.
Wow.
Oh
So
shit!
I'm so excited for both of those.
A master class.
A master class.
I love that.
Is it for the public? Who's it for?
I believe-
Influencer, like an event?
Yes, it's an event.
I
It's
got
an
it.
event.
I
And
gotta
one of
go
them's
there.
international.
Oh.
Like Morphe's
shit.
international, and then Ipsy is going to be local. And they're just two brands that I love so much. So I'm very excited.
That's so cool.
Yes.
love that.
Okay. And
I mean, we witnessed like your little masterclass. It's super good.
Oh my
I've
God.
actually gone.
I know.
I know.
You've
I've
done-
done three.
you've done multiple.
I've done
Oh my
three.
God, that's right.
You guys-
You're an OG.
Listen,
Yes.
I'm always her biggest
just-
fan in the back of her master class with a
Makes me so
sign up.
happy. It makes me
I love you.
I feel safe when I see you guys there. I'm like, okay, it's
like,
gonna
I'll
be
be
a good
fine.
time. Everything's gonna be just fine.
No, and you're
My
so
friends
good.
are here. Thank you.
You're so good. You're such a professional. Like,
Thank you.
I remember like when we were watching you at Super Good. I remember like me and Laura were like, she's so funny.
Well, I warned him
Means a
before.
lot.
She did.
I said, I did. I
Warning.
said,
A forewarning.
I have talked to Ash after her first master class. I saw you do. We're friends. So I don't get to see you work a lot because we
Totally.
hang out as friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But when I saw you work, it was in New York.
Yes,
I think that
for
was the
Kiss
first.
Lashes.
Yes.
Yes, we were there with Falscara.
I pulled you aside and I was like, you are like the best speaker in the world. And I told Manny that. I was like, she is so good
She's
at
so good
these.
at
There's
this.
not an and, there's not a but, there's not a there's not a You're just like the most professional, like good speaker.
I better live up to the hype today.
Well, this is casual. This is casual.
You say all your
You can
ends
say
and
all
I'll
the
say
blanks.
yours.
Okay.
Yeah, this
I
is
like
cash.
this because it's just us key
It's
kings.
exactly. It's
But
a key
yes.
hit.
It's so funny because it's like when I'm doing these master classes or, you know, I'll do something with public speaking, and then sometimes you get to watch yourself back, and I'll hear myself say like, but, and I'm just cringing because sometimes, you know, we can oversay it. So I feel like I'll listen to myself and tell myself that's not happening.
You're like, stop.
Well, it
saying
worked. Whatever you did worked because you're a pro.
I'm like, how? How did you do that?
I do remember you were telling me because I literally came up to you and was just like blown away. You were like, it was like blah 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 when you were talking. I was like,
you're in a daydream.
Oh you were like, Laura, I know this stuff like the back of my hand. Like you were like, this is my profession. So like I know. So it's like for me to speak on it is like talking. You know. So you were like, I know this is something. Yes, it's like breathing.
It's like breathing air. Yes, that's right. I was talking to you. I was like, girl, I can do this in my sleep, even if I'm exhausted. Because when you just love it, you can just pour your heart into it.
Right.
And I feel like people can tell. Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
So more of that. More of that.
Period.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. What's your pit?
Oh God. Okay. So my pet peeve is getting sick. Okay. Because I always want to be able to show up for everything and everyone and just feel my best. And my husband works at Dripology, and you know, we're around a lot of people that need IVs a lot of the time, and sometimes they might be sick. So he did come home with like a little bit of a cold, and then I was so terrified to get sick. And then the next day I was starting to feel like a little something, you know, but I've just been drinking. Yes. And that sends me. Sends me. Yes. But he knows that too. So he's like, okay, I'm going to try to give you space. Let's squeeze some oranges from the backyard. So we've been drinking our orange juice. And I'm feeling better. So
good.
Oh, thank God.
I'm trying to get through it. Yeah.
I'm going to bounce off your pit because it got me, girl.
Ooh, I saw you.
It got me.
I saw you, girl.
I was pissed. Why do I get pissed? I feel like I'm above getting sick.
No,
I'm like, I take care of myself. I don't touch people.
She's like, I'm pissed.
I was like, I'm pissed.
I literally don't touch people. And you're so healthy and active too.
I'm like, how?
Your vitamin C.
I'm like, who gave me this virus?
You're like, I've been taking my greens, like
my
what is that? The AG1.
I'm suffering through AG1 and I got sick. I was pissed. So I went running on Saturday, and I remember when I was running, I was like, so everything hurts. But I'm like, is it because I'm running? I was like, everything hurts. And I remember sitting down in my car after and being like, God, I just hurt. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And by Sunday morning, I was on my deathbed. I just got like a 48-hour virus or whatever. No throw up, but just like fever, aches,
chills. That's crazy.
No,
you look amazing. It's like it never happened.
It was like a quick bug. Thank God it was fast.
I know, because I saw you posting that and your hair was all over here. I was like, she's cracking me up. But then you show up here today like an angel. Just
from
beautiful.
Heaven. I'm like, damn.
Like, how?
Whenever I like sick, I'm sick for like 4 days.
Yes.
I'm out.
I'm dramatic.
I'm in and
like
out.
It's done.
I'm in and out.
I'm like, I'm going to faint, you guys.
Guys, someone take care of me.
Yeah, no. I made Ty go to CVS like 8 times. He's so sick of me. He's so sick of me. But I'm better now. I am looking out for whoever gave me the virus.
And we will battle. And we will fight.
We will find
The problem is no one around me was sick, so no one around me gave me the virus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You caught wind from something.
No, I was already feeling bad running, so it had to happen before. And I don't know.
But you can't even think about it. Like, who that could have been?
No, too far.
Wasn't me.
I don't know what it is. It's like the air quality. Like what?
Maybe.
What is it?
Honestly, allergies could have activated to so many things.
No, it wasn't allergies.
It was like.
It was a virus.
It was doo-doo.
Basically.
That's me. It was me. I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
My pet, you guys, I had a sty last week.
Gotcha again.
It got me. But you guys, you know what's crazy? So like now that I've implemented like having like more of an eye care routine, it's been 9 months since I had my last one. And I would get them like every like 3. Maybe every like 2.
I always reach out to you every time.
Every single time. Every time. Because like you get size too sometimes.
I've had
like chronic.
I've had my fair. So what happens is, I don't know, for people that don't know this, like all it takes is for you to get one bad one, and it can be it's just a clogged pore.
Yep.
So all it takes is for you to get one bad one, and then you're kind of prone to getting them.
100%.
So
it's almost like a cyst.
You can't reverse it. It's like, but it has made both of us really care about our eye health. You know, so we both have eye care routines, and like I've been preaching this to everyone on social media, not so much about styes, but I care about our eye health and my clients. So I love that you have a routine.
No, I'm very like, I'm so big on it now, and like it's been like a long time, and I've been really good about it. And it's even funny because I'll go to like like the doctor be like, hey, can you prescribe me something? Like sometimes I'll go on antibiotics to just kind of get rid of it faster.
Which is awful, but
which is the worst, but I'm like, I just have to get off of it. I want it to go away quickly.
You want to go in public.
And they'll look through my thing and they're like, you have really good, like, you have such clean lashes and clean, and they're like kind of surprised I have a sty. And I'm like, same. No, I actually have a really great eye routine. It's like sometimes it'll just activate.
You have great eye hygiene.
Yeah, I do.
It's like, also, even if you have no makeup on, your oils can
100%.
clog your pores. Manny and I both know that you're not really supposed to slather your eye balms and your face cleansers around your eye area.
Oh, I didn't know
You should
that.
use like makeup remover on the eye area and then use an eye cleanser around the eye area. But there might be things in the future.
She's like, might be a little. No, but it's so true. And like I've gotten a lot better about it, and like just way better. But it's true, after you get one bad one, then you're just kind of prone to it. And it's funny because for me, because I have it on the right one right now, I get it in the same spot. So it's like it's the same like clogged pore, whatever it might be. So it's really frustrating. And do you know what's actually even crazier? So I went to Lens Crafters because it's like they have a doctor there, and it's really quick. So I can go like there really quickly, get prescribed it, and I don't have to go through like Kaiser, which takes for fucking ever. I'm trying to book an appointment. I'm like, girl, no, I'll just walk into Lens Crafters, get the doctor.
Amazing.
So quick and easy. So she wrote me a prescription. I go pick it up at CVS. It was supposed to be a week of like Keflex, right? Of antibiotics. They gave me 4 pills. So it's for 2 days. So I was like,
interesting.
That's wrong. So I like got home and I called. I was like, hey, I'm supposed to have 14 pills. And they're like, oh, well, we can't like you have to call the doctor and figure it out, but I can't go back in and get more. They get until the 2 days are up. So then I had to go on Saturday and be like, hey, like my pills are up now. I need the other 10. They're like, oh, there's no prescription for you here.
No.
And I'm like,
no. God, You're like, do you see my eye?
You're like,
what do you think? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, so should they call the doctor? And they're like, the doctor's not answering. You're gonna have to come back again later. And I'm literally like pussing. And I'm literally like, So then they go, by the way, it looks like the doctor wrote a fake prescription. Like, we're actually gonna have to investigate this.
What?
I'm not.
What are you saying?
Kidding. They go, this person hasn't written a prescription in 2 years.
Okay, Lens Crafters. I don't know.
I said, what kind of hodgepodge bullshit ass shit is this?
Manny.
I'm not kidding.
Oh.
They're like, they haven't written a prescription in 2 years. And I'm like,
Manny, you gotta con.
Manny, maybe I should connect you with a good eye doctor.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think an optometrist
and
at
guess
this
what?
point.
They can still get you in. So don't worry.
I'm gonna need that.
You just
so
have
I'm literally
to know
like this.
people. Okay.
So it's funny because the doctor at the time, she was like, oh, I'm just filling in. I'm filling in for the doctor here. And I'm like, well, apparently you are filling in. So then I go back on yesterday to get like the prescription. So I'm like, okay, then I'll just have the other doctor call in. Wasn't ready again.
It's me.
Is this Lauren Lee wrote prescription?
I have a mask on. I'm like, hey,
She
baby.
says, she's like, surprise.
And I'm literally
I do this on the side. I actually do eye doctor on the side.
no wonder I'm getting styed.
No wonder you got 4 pills.
No wonder.
That's why
So
you
then
got
literally, and you're not supposed to, so like, because I took 4, you're not supposed to get off. You have to go to the 7, the whole routine. I have not taken pills since this 4 I did.
Oh, shit.
Because they literally weren't, it wasn't ready again yesterday.
Well, I think your eye looks great.
Yeah, it's good now. I feel like it's gone down.
I feel
it's gone down a ton. I have a little bit here, but it's nothing crazy.
You're giving us light glam.
I'm giving very light. I did a little concealer here for the redness, but now I went back yesterday, wasn't ready. So I'm not going again. I'm not going again.
You're done.
No,
I'm done. Unless you have to call me like, hey, do you want to do a follow-up appointment? I said, no, I'm good. Thank you.
So we're gonna connect with Ash to get that eye doctor.
I canceled my follow-up. I canceled my follow-up with Lens Crafters.
Absolutely. Well, you
this
did go
bullshit.
to a doctor.
No.
You went to
I'm like, what did I go to? Who saw me? Who saw me, you guys?
This is wild.
2 years since they wrote a prescription. They're like, we're gonna have to look into this.
That's the craziest thing
Yeah,
I've
I
ever
don't
heard.
know. Maybe like
I'm scared.
you shouldn't go back.
No, I'm not going back. Fuck that. No. I'm going to your doctor.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect you. I got you.
That was my
gonna
fucking
connect.
pit from hell.
Yeah.
This episode of Full Coverage is brought to you by BetterHelp. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense. It can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach.
You guys, me and Laura are huge fans of therapy. We've been advocates for therapy for so many years. I've been in therapy many times in my life, and it's something that I think is so necessary because a lot of us will really focus on our physical health, but we'll neglect our mental health, and it's just as important, if not not more important than your physical health. And BetterHelp will be such a great resource for a lot of us because a lot of times we don't want to go in, don't want to deal with the lobbies, don't want to deal with the waiting, don't want to deal with going in to see someone. And the fact that you can do this from your own home is so nice. And honestly, they have over 30,000 therapists that you can choose from. And it's a worldwide online therapy platform. And it's served over 5 million people.
Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/full coverage to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/full coverage.
Thank you so much to Progressive for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game just with life, honey? We all do. I totally get it. Shifting a little money here, shifting a little money there, and then hoping it all kind of works out. Well, the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too.
I really love how the Name Your Price tool works because it actually works backwards. So first, what you do is you tell Progressive how much you want to pay for your car insurance, and then they help you find options within your budget. So it's actually like working backwards. Like we start with what we start with what the budget is, and then they help you find plans that will work for you. So you guys got to try it out. Insurance is frustrating and important, but it's really important.
And honestly, Progressive is so incredible, and I do feel like they are fantastic. And if you guys have ever tried Progressive, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So I really think that you guys should try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Well, what's your peak? Give us something good.
Okay, my peak, my birthday's coming up.
Ooh.
So I'm excited for that, but I'm doing a drink at Denki's Boba. So I'm doing a drink for my birthday.
Oh my God.
So I'm doing like, I'm going to talk about it now because it doesn't really matter, but I'm doing like a strawberry milk tea kind of drink. I love milk tea. It's been my favorite boba drink since I started drinking boba. Love milk tea, just like the basic, but we're doing like a strawberry sweet foam and strawberry like chunks in it with boba.
Oh my God.
It's actually going to be like a really sick drink, and I'm so excited for it to come out. But we're doing it for like a month, like during my birthday month, and we're going to do like a cute little thing for it. But I'm really excited to actually be able to get like do my own little drink with Denki.
That's so really cool. I love that.
So it's going to be really fun. So April, we'll have the drink there, but I'm really excited because the drink is so fierce, and I love like strawberry. Oh yeah, and I love milk tea
and boba.
Like, yes, dude, it's like the perfect combo. Oh my,
yes.
It's the perfect combo for me. So I'm like, this is gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
It sounds really like, I don't know, very Valentine's Day kind of girly.
Yeah, but also like fresh. It's like very fresh.
Yes, like
so I'm really excited.
I would just feel cute holding that.
I feel like Hailey Bieber's been really quiet since this drink.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Hailey.
Right. She's like, bitch, who?
She's like, bitch, the fuck are you talking about?
Dad.
What's your peak?
Okay, let me tell you guys my peak. So,
she's like, let me find it.
Okay.
Same.
With our memories, I'm like,
I'm glad we're all on the same page. We just need some NAD from Dripology.
100%.
Watch Temptation Island. Didn't love it.
You
on
didn't
Netflix.
Like it?
I didn't love it. And I am obsessed with like those trash reality, like brain rot.
Yes.
She goes, watch Temptation, hated it. How's that your peak?
Guys, oh my God,
That's just leaving.
I have to go. Guys, we just got started.
Watch Moana 2. Loved it.
Oh my God.
Loved it.
The fact that your pick was going to be Temptation Island.
I can't breathe. Her peak.
He's crying.
This is your show, babe.
Right.
Correct. This is our show.
I love it so much.
Watched Temptation Island. Hated it. Watched Moana 2. Loved it.
You heard it here first.
And so it was cute. You liked it.
Thank you.
It's very cute. Disney Plus?
It's now free. I waited it out. Baby, I wasn't paying. I wasn't paying the $19.99. I don't want to own it, and I don't want to watch it again.
Same. It's a one-time.
It is a one-timer.
I haven't, but
on a plane. Watch it on a plane.
Okay, done.
I will.
Yeah.
The first one's like one of my favorites, so I wanted to see it. The second one's really good. Not as good as the first. It couldn't possibly be. I mean, whatever. But it was great. It was great. And then Temptation Island. I love trashy brain rot TV. Sorry, guys. I'm like calling it trashy, but it's like people hooking up on an island.
Girl.
It's stupid.
Temptation Island?
It's stupid.
They're putting it all out there. It's fine.
Yes. But, okay, this is what pisses me off. It's like girls where, okay, you split apart girls, guys in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go like to the other side of the island where there's a bunch of girls to tempt you, and there's a bunch of guys to tempt the girls. Got it? Temptation Island, okay? But the guys have like already cheated on the girls, so they have like infidelity in the relationship, so they're trying to test to see if it can really make it through, or should they get past the cheating, and they never make it through.
Of course not. They've already cheated.
Make it. It's stupid.
I'm
Of course,
confused.
they just want to be famous.
And then, so this guy, literally,
real.
So then this guy is literally hooking up with everyone, having threesomes, and his girlfriend is doing nothing. She's holier than whole, like not doing shit. She's like, I just want to be with him, blah, 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 ignoring all the guys on her side, right? And so they show clips at night of what the other people are doing. So you see your man literally having sex with threesomes, literally with all these women, and you sit down and you watch it, and she's like, I just feel like I don't know. I'm not sure. And I was literally like, I will turn this fucking TV off.
What don't you know?
Like, it pissed me off.
Excuse me.
So I hated it. I know. Can you imagine watching your man sleep with two other women? You're just like, I'm not sure.
I think that we're going to make it through this.
Yes, that's what she was like. That's what it was like.
How delulu.
I can't watch that. I can't watch that. I'll throw something at the TV. Yep. It got me.
Same.
So it pissed me off.
I was like, girl, if you see all that happening, then go find yourself a piece.
Please.
Go find yourself a piece if you see that happening. I don't get it.
So that was my peak.
And now we're on crack.
And I stand by. And now we're all on crack.
I love it.
First of all, let's get in some Ash K. Holmes.
Actually,
shit.
explain dripology first before we even start with that. So, because you keep saying dripology, so
I want them to know.
Yes, for those that don't know what dripology is, because I keep mentioning it, and I probably won't stop. It's me and my husband's company, and it's a business that we founded 6 years ago. And we basically do concierge service IV drips, and it's like a luxury service. And we also have a med spa as well. So if you don't want to do a house call and you want to come in, we can treat you when you come in. But we also do a lot of skin services like Botox, Skin Vive, filler. We do Morpheus, PRP, a lot of different kinds of microneedling techniques. So a lot of incredible services, and it's keeping me tight and right.
No, literally, you are tight and right.
Thank you. But the IVs are life changing. Like NAD has truly changed my life. You guys,
really?
we have to do this together.
NAD, we have to.
100%.
It's like brain food. It literally, because I feel like there's moments where we have trouble remembering things, or we'll forget what we did yesterday or whatever years ago, and it helps with your memory loss. Because like as we get older, a lot of people unfortunately start to get dementia like later on in life, you know. But these things, they kind of start throughout your life, and eventually a lot of people do get dementia. So this is a preventative for dementia. So actually, when my parents come to visit, both of our parents will connect them to an IV. We'll give them an NAD drip. Like we can do a 30-minute fast NAD or an hour-long NAD drip. So depending on like your schedule and your time, and you immediately feel sharper, and you just feel sharp throughout the week. You feel like you're on your A game. But on top of that, it helps the collagen in your skin. So it helps reproduce the collagen. And after the age of 50, your skin stops producing collagen. So it's amazing.
After 50, it's done. Like we don't even produce anymore.
Done. You don't produce
That's
anymore.
really fucked up.
That's dark.
That's
really dark.
It is. But it's good to get into it now because it's literally it is the fountain of youth. Literally.
Interesting.
It is literally the most anti-aging thing that you can do for yourself. Because imagine, like, it kind of sounds too good to be true. It's like, how can it help your brain as well as your skin? Because I feel like NAD has been like a really big buzzword.
It is.
lately.
NAD's huge right now.
You see it all over TikTok. People are like, oh, well, I'm just going to take my
NAD supplements.
Yes, NAD supplements. But unfortunately, there's bad news with that. If you take any kind of supplement, really, especially NAD, your body can't really absorb that. So you're not really getting the nutrients that your body actually needs. But when you're getting an IV, it's instant effects. Like you instantly feel amazing.
Oh,
like,
I bet. That's
week.
direct to the
And your
bloodstream.
skin's glowing. It's direct to your bloodstream. Also, it's a mood booster and a morale booster. So like throughout the week, you just feel good. And it's not like in a weird way. It's like, it's in a way that just makes you feel good about yourself.
That's really cool.
You know? So it helps people with depression and things like that. So
I love. Oh my god,
cool.
I need NAD.
So we'll do it together.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm so freaking
Line
down.
us up.
Just come over.
Okay.
We can just do it at my house. Yeah.
So convenient.
It's so perfect.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll do a little
that.
party. Yeah.
A little
Okay,
NAD
well,
party.
we have a list of questions.
Get into it.
First question. You're from Houston. What inspired you to become a makeup artist, and how did you get started even doing it?
Okay, so let me take you guys back. So it's Christmas. It's Christmas. I'm literally in kindergarten. And I remember my parents, they saved up to get me this kitchen set. They like saved up their money to get me this really nice kitchen set. And the only thing I cared about was this Princess Jasmine chapstick that I had in my stocking. And my mom actually captured a photo of me screaming and grabbing the chapstick. And it's like nothing else in the world mattered. It was me and that chapstick. And that was makeup to me. So I'd always see my mom applying makeup and how she would apply makeup every single day and just transform it. It would just make her feel amazing before she'd go to work and go about her day. So I felt like throughout my childhood, I was always into art. Like that was my thing. As I started to get a little bit older, all of my artistry was coming out in my makeup. And I would take my mom's makeup all the time at such a young age. And I remember being in second grade, and the teacher tells my mom, she says, "Your daughter's dyslexic." And when you tell a kid that your child is labeled as something, it could be anything, you're putting that child in a box. You know, even adults, like putting anyone in a box is such a negative thing because it takes this negative toll on your mental. And it just made me feel less than. It made me feel different. I would have to get pulled out of classes because I was different. And you're right, I was different. I was meant for a lot more. And I think that I didn't know that at the time. But what I was doing was going through all of those, you know, things at school that were difficult for me. Around that, I was, you know, working on art and coloring and drawing and sketching and then playing with my makeup. And when I would put makeup on as a kid, I was way too young to be doing this, but it was experimental. You know, my mom was like, you know, she's unhappy. She's going through a tough time. If this makes her happy, I'm going to let her thrive and let her do it. So I'm grateful that my parents were supportive of that. And I felt like I could show up to school and feel good, you know, and it may have been just chapstick or whatever. It was something to me, and by the time I was in high school, it was full face. It was over.
Baby.
It was over
Full
for
coverage.
you guys. It was yes, and I was doing like glittery eyes. I was doing like brow gel, eyeliner, putting foundation on, but no bronzer. It was the 2000s, so you were just
white.
flat.
One shade.
Flat. Yes, just one shade, and
A little Maybelline Dream Mousse, honey.
Oh my
and
god.
a dream.
Oh my god, say less. That was our favorite.
That was that girl.
Maybelline Dream Mousse raised us.
It did.
Like that.
It
A whole
did.
generation.
Yeah.
Really raised us.
We all look like shit.
We looked awful, and I will not show you this photos. but you know, I feel like by the time I was in intermediate school and then high school, I was doing everyone's makeup. You know, while I was like going through, you know, school was tough, but this is what made me happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, I felt like I knew I would always end up in the makeup industry, but I had no idea how I would get here. I had no resources. I grew up in Houston, Texas. I didn't have anyone that I could look I didn't have anyone that I could look up to kind of get me in this direction. And at that time, it wasn't really a career. You know, when you're telling your parents you want to be a makeup artist and it's the 2000s, they're like, really? You know, like,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Like, why?
Are you
Totally.
sure? They thought this is a great idea, but maybe you should go get your associate's degree first. So I was in college. I ended up leaving college to go to cosmetology school. I convinced them to let me go, and that was the best thing that I ever did. I went to Paul Mitchell Cosmetology School in San Antonio. At the time, that was really the only outlet for me. You know, YouTube wasn't really a thing yet. It was like just kind of starting. I feel like once I got out of that and into Mac. But I went to hair school and we did a little bit of makeup. And I felt like on the days we did makeup, I was
Thriving,
freaking out, obsessed. And I got hired at Mac while I was in school. And then I was with Mac for like 6 years.
Oh, a Mac girly.
Yes,
It just
Mac
makes sense.
girlies, you know, and I
do.
wanted to be a resident trainer, and I studied so hard to get that position. I would basically work really close. I know you guys are familiar with this. You know, if you wanted to be a resident trainer, you would basically be their protege. So you're kind of working for free to just learn under them. And the trainer would say, hey, I want you to teach the next update training. And these are trainings that you teach to, these are trainings that the trainer would teach to tons of artists, you know, what's going on at Mac, and these are the new trends. And we kind of want to make sure that everyone's makeup skills are up to par. So he's like, if you want to have this position, you need to memorize the update training book. And the manual was this big. He said, go memorize this and then come back and you're going to facilitate and present. So I would take that home and I would memorize all my lines and then walk around the room, help everyone with their makeup. So I feel like at the time, I didn't really realize that what I was learning there was going to help me in the future with my social media career, with wanting to do master classes for myself and for brands and things like that. I really loved the education of it all and helping and teaching and just making other people feel confident. So I gave you the long version, but I think that brings me to say that, you know, makeup is a feeling, and we can all agree that it makes you feel something, and you have this power when you put your makeup on. Like, you can be feeling, I see my clients every day, like they'll come in the chair and they might not be feeling their best. We're all going through stuff. We're all human. That makeup and hair comes on in the outfit, and it's a wrap.
It's a different person.
It's a wrap. It's like you put on this persona and you just feel incredible. So being able to give everyone that gift every day, there's something that reignites me every time I do it, and I'm like, this is why I do it. Oh.
This episode of Full Coverage is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the US, I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals, and I know I can find exactly what I'm looking for with Booking.com, and it has something for literally everyone.
You know, sometimes on these trips, you need specifics. Like, imagine you're taking a friend's trip and you need a pool and an outdoor setup for grilling and entertaining. Booking.com can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Or imagine you're a foodie that loves to cook and you need a big kitchen and a large indoor-outdoor space for entertaining. Or imagine you're heading to a city that you've never been to before. Me and Manny have been there.
We know that well. We know it well.
Know that. So you're looking for a place that's more centrally located or near all the sites that you want to see. Go to Booking.com. They're going to have you covered. No matter what you're looking for, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you.
Find exactly what you're looking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this episode of Full Coverage. That's the sound you'll hear when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell, online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Shopify is one of the best all-in-one commerce platforms. They're capable of handling your business's complexities no matter how big you grow. And trust and believe, me and Manny both run our businesses, Minim LA and Lunar Beauty, on Shopify. It's easy, it's user-friendly, and we've loved it for years and years.
And you guys are probably thinking like, oh my God, migrating over is going to be such a pain, but it's honestly really not, you guys. Shopify has these amazing migration apps within the app that help migrate your products, your orders, customers, everything you might need to put over to Shopify. It really is the best like all-in-one commerce platform, especially for like social media girlies or people just starting out and just creating your business for the first time. Or if you have a huge brand, fantastic for that too, because they can actually handle the complexities of a huge business, you guys. So all you have to do is sign up today for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage, all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. That's shopify.com/full coverage.
Yeah. I love that so much.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I love it. I was a Mac girly too.
I know.
Sephora and Mac.
I know. All the good ones were, honey. All the
You're like,
sorry. Laura Lee has entered the chat.
Yeah. Laura's like,
you know what, honey, you
don't even need it. Maybe you got the school YouTube.
I skipped the school of YouTube.
I want to interview you. Wait, I need to know.
Oh, you're gonna find some answers. You're gonna find some answers
after 100%. Do you, like, in the celebrity makeup world, do you feel like there was like this pivotal moment in your career that really like put you into that world? Like, what was like a moment that like really caused a trajectory to get into the celebrity?
Or who was like your first?
Yeah, like who was your first? Like, who's your first like?
Okay, so
client.
My first client ever, was Lily Galici while I was working at the Mac store. Wow. That was my first client. So she came into Houston and she was on Shaws of Sunset at the time. Yep. And for those that may not be familiar, she is a businesswoman, entrepreneur. She owns several businesses, Lily Lashes, etc. And she came in and I actually did her makeup in the PMA room, the private makeup application room. And
with like the light, it's like in their own little separate room.
Yes, and she posted me. And I remember I was really working on my Instagram at the time. Instagram was new, it had just came out. And I had a cute, small little following, like micro. And she tagged me and I immediately got to 10K. And I was so excited. The power at that time when someone would tag you was phenomenal.
Oh, it was insane
so
back then.
She was my first one. she's someone that I just love and look up to so much, and we've just remained amazing friends. And then the other celebrity that I worked with after that was Carmen Electra. So it's I'm living in Houston.
Obsessed.
Love her.
Yes, like just what an icon of our time. I mean, Baywatch. You know, Prince actually gave her name.
No,
she told me. Yes, when I was working with her, I was getting to know her, and this was actually around the side note. I'm going off, but when Prince died, you know, he's such a legend and icon, and like an artist that I've always looked up to. My mom was such a fan, so I am as well, and. And I remember her telling me, she was doing a documentary, and she said that Prince actually gave her name. Oh my! He was like, "You are Carmen Electra." And
God!
She was one of his dancers.
What a name!
So, anyways, just a cool. That's so cool. Story. I wanted to just something cool that I wanted to share, but. So when I was living in Houston, Texas, after I did Lily Ghalichi, I ended up quitting because I didn't get that trainer position. I didn't get it, and I was like, you know what, we need to close this door so I can open up another one.
How awesome for people to hear that.
Yeah, because sometimes it takes that though to happen.
I wanted that more than anything in life. I had no backup plan. Mac was the end all be all for me at the time. And I had put all my eggs in one basket. Yeah. But mind you, that's how I was feeling. But at the same time, I'm a hustler though. And I've always had that mentality and that mindset because I didn't really grow up with a lot. So I felt like I always had to work a little bit harder than everybody else, especially being labeled with dyslexia. Yeah. I felt like I've had to just hustle to get where I need to be. You know, I was like, that's not going to stop me. So whenever I was, you know, had decided to leave Mac, I realized my boyfriend at the time, we're married, he said to me, he's like, you would be such an amazing freelance makeup artist. Wow. You don't need Mac to do educational trainings. You don't need Mac to teach master classes. You have an audience, you're growing Instagram, you're posting every day. Why can't you just wake up every day and go and do freelance work? So I would hustle around Mac, and I would take weddings before I was full time, but I would take weddings before I would come in. I would do a wedding, like a bridal party, and then I would come into Mac and work till 11 p.m. at night.
Wow.
It was brutal, but that hustle in me helped me to grow in Houston. So I kind of became this big, like a big fish in a small pond, if you will.
Totally.
So whenever I left, I'm working, I'm hustling, I'm doing my thing. So I get this email from Carmen Electra's team that says she's going to be in Austin, Texas, shooting a campaign. Can Ash drive up there? Absolutely.
Girl, say less.
She's already in the car. The bag
on the way.
She's actually in your car already. She's right behind you.
Like
Carmen goes around.
Literally. No. Oh, yeah. So I drive my car to Austin, and I pull up to this estate, this gorgeous estate in Austin, Texas, and it's this crazy house. So we're shooting this campaign, and I'm getting to know her, and she's so much fun, just a ray of light. And she's just like sexy and gorgeous, and like she's in a bikini. Like, I mean, it's just like giving Carmen.
She's hot.
She's hot. It's giving who she is. At one point, she says to me, she's like, hey, there's a meditation garden out in the back. And I had told her that I'd like to meditate. Like, that's something that I've always done to just keep me kind of sane. And so,
makes sense.
To be honest. And so, if I'm being real. And so I said to her, I was like, yeah, I'll go with you in the back. Like, let's go walk around. So we're basically in between sets. They're getting ready for the next setup. So we walk over to this meditation garden, and she says, come meditate with me. I don't know so imagine I'm this kid from Houston, Texas. I'm working with Carmen Electra for the first time. This is like my first big celebrity that is very well known. And she says to me, hey, do you want to go meditate in the garden? Yeah, I want to meditate with you.
I want to meditate with you.
So I have this photo of us. I think one person on her team actually started snapping pics. So she says to me, let's go meditate in the garden. So we're both sitting on our knees, and she says, no, face me and look into my eyes. And so it literally, so I face her and I look into her eyes, and there's photos of this. I literally have proof. We're just meditating and looking into each other's eyes, and I'm having all these thoughts at this time, and I'm like, what's happening? And I don't know what my life is right now, but I like it. And that was kind of the beginning of just me being on set and working with there's so many
meditation with Carmen Electra.
Like, I have no answer as to why that happened, but it did. And I like it.
What was your, wait, I'm obsessed with that. What was your first, like,
this is great.
Did you have like an LA like celebrity that you like had to, like that was your first, like that got you, because like what got you from Houston to LA? Like what was that transition like?
So I was in Houston for only 6 months ever since I quit Mac. So Carmen was in that time. Then we moved to LA in November. People have no idea who I am. It's time for me to really build myself in Los Angeles. So December rolls around. It's literally a month and a half later. And I get an email from Khloe Kardashian's team that says, can Ash do Khloe's makeup for New Year's Eve? And I'm showing this to Hamed, and I'm like, is this real? And it literally, it is very much real. It is very real. And he's like, you have to do this. Mind you, we had just gotten engaged on Christmas. So this was God. that lull between Christmas and New Year's. That's when I got the email during that time. And it literally said, can I do Khloe's makeup in Houston? So she basically thought that I live in Houston because no one knows who I am. So he goes, my God. And we had just flown back because we were there for the holidays. My God. So he looks at me and he says, you have to go. We'll celebrate this later. Totally. Because I thought, we're going to celebrate. Let's do all the things with family. No. I get on a plane. I go back. I also pitched my friend Jesus Guerrero. Oh. So we end up doing this together.
No, you did it.
Yes. But that's the kind of friend I am. I'm like,
so
I'm
you both did Khloe
me.
Together for the first time.
Yes.
That is
so in the email I'm like, yes, of course I'll be there, but does she need hair? And then that's when I pitched Jesus. So he flew back as well, and we landed our first A-lister together, and we'll always have that story, and I'll always hold that so close to my heart. So when we're in Houston, I'm doing her makeup, and I want to make it about her. I don't want to mention that I actually don't live here. I kind of waited till the end of Glam, but we're having so much fun in Glam, and she has no mirror in front of her. She has me meet her at a random hotel in Houston. Probably, she was like, she'll tell you the story too, honestly, publicly. She's like, yeah, I met you at a hotel because I didn't know what you were going to do to me. I'm like, I didn't know what you were going to do to me.
It's fair.
I was like, wait.
Common ground.
It was safe. I'm glad she did that. So we're at a hotel together. There's no mirror in front of her. She has no idea what she looks like. It's New Year's Eve. She's dating someone out there and just wants to look gorgeous. So that's the goal, and I had to give that to her. So at the end, she goes to look in the mirror, and she's like, oh my God, thank you guys for not sucking. And she is playing with her hair, because Khloe, if you know her, she's always touching her hair and making it bigger. So that made me feel really good, because Khloe, in true Khloe fashion, she jokes around and she plays, and she was like, wow, okay. And on the way out, I said to her, I was like, we actually don't live here. Jesus and I both live in LA, but we just moved, but we were so excited. Of course, we were going to fly back. I can't have anyone else in Houston do your makeup. This is where I grew up. I have to. I have to show up for H-Town. So that story will always be my favorite, because it was truly my first A-lister moment.
I think that's so cool that it was you and Jesus doing it.
I know, and that'll be in my book one day, because he's such a legend, and I can't wait to tell more of his stories.
That's so amazing.
Next question for you, Miss K. Holm. I'm just kidding.
No, I like it. No, please talk dirty to me.
I knew it.
I like it.
Can you talk about a time where you had a learning experience on set? Something that maybe went wrong and you learned from and you never forgot.
So let me set the stage for you. So I have two stories. They both have to do with lighting, because lighting is everything.
You don't have bad makeup, you have bad lighting.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. And it needs to be frontal. Don't forget it. Okay. Okay. So also Mariah Carey taught us that too.
Oh, girl.
She taught us a lot of things.
The older I get, the more I understand every word that woman says. I'm like, yep.
That's our mother. Yeah. Whatever she says, that's mother.
That's mother.
That's mother. Okay. So it's 2018, and I had just started working with Ariana Grande, and I'm working with her every day. And it's a really exciting time in my life, because this is a big moment for me to be working with Ariana Grande. We had so many exciting things in the pipeline that we were working on. And she asked me to do her music video, and it's called The Light Is Coming, and it's from the first Sweetener album. At the time, I had an assistant, and this girl, she ended up quitting on me the week of the music video, and it was the worst timing. I mean, you need an extra set of hands for a music video. I mean, every day I do, but especially on a music video. Music videos are really long hours. They're very labor intensive. You don't see the sun come up. Sometimes music videos are 2 days long, and we have a couple breaks in between, and you're just exhausted running on E and coffee. You're running on nothing and coffee, and this was a music video that was shot all throughout the night, and it went all the way to like 9 a.m. the next day. So it was like we shot all throughout the night. So I couldn't believe my assistant actually quit on me the day before. And clearly she wasn't loving the job, you know, and ends up quitting. And it's not for everyone. It's tough. I think a lot of people look at this career and they think, it's so glamorous. Like, how amazing would it be to wear ashes or any of these people? And it is incredible. And I don't take a day of this for granted. And I love my career. But I think, you know, it's not for everyone. It's not for the weak. And you have to be really strong.
You also have to make a lot of sacrifices in your personal life.
I've sacrificed everything.
Literally everything. I have a lot of friends that do what you do.
Totally.
And I'm constantly hearing the same thing. It's a sacrifice,
It's a sacrifice. Yeah. Even at Mac. I mean, like I started sacrificing there. I mean, you would have to work on New Year's Eve. You would have to work on, you know, every holiday. People want to come make returns. And then it kind of, when I moved to LA, it was like, I'm doing makeup on Thanksgiving. I'm doing makeup on Christmas Eve. But I did those things to get to where I am. Now I can say no to those holidays so I can be with my family. But if you're building yourself, yes, it's important to say yes. And so at the time, I think that assistant I was working with realized maybe this wasn't for her and that's okay, but put in a 2-week notice.
Girl.
You know, I didn't get a 2-week notice or anything. So I'm going into this thinking, okay, that aside, that's behind me. I've got to show up for Ari and I need to bring my A game. And the look we were going to do was just really glowy and glamorous. It was very sweetener of that era, you know, what you would expect. Very beautiful. And I'm planning on doing this look. I get the treatment, you know, from the team. And if you don't know what a treatment is, it's basically a play-by-play of every single scene of the music video. So it tells you, it's basically the creative behind the music video and the story of the entire project. And it literally is broken down by every moment, minute, all of it. And I'm absorbing all of this and I'm reading in there that it says, you know, it's going to be shot in the darkness because the song is called The Light Is Coming. So there's going to be this really dreamy light kind of following her around all throughout the night. And it's following and chasing her face and her body. So I'm thinking, okay, great. There's going to be a glowy light on her. It sounds amazing. But what I didn't realize was that that when we would be in the middle of the woods, that there wouldn't be any light on her in between takes. So we're literally in the middle of the woods. It is pitch black. Like I am talking not one light in sight. Like
they're like, go ahead.
We were tripping all over ourselves. Yes, we were tripping all over ourselves. This was a crew of like, there had to have been 100 people on set. It's a music video for Ariana. It's major. And I just remember we're in between takes. She's going over choreo. We're trying to do really quick touch-ups in between that. And I'm just getting out my little phone light, trying to...
Your flashlight.
My phone flashlight, which is doing nothing. Which is doing nothing when it's pitch black dark. Okay, and also the quality of those were worse.
Oh, horrible back then. 2018, babes.
Yeah, I think they were worse. So I'm asking the hairstylist to help me get his phone out too, but the poor thing, he needs to touch up the hair as well.
He doesn't have time to hold a light.
I'm like digging in my bag, trying to find my powders and lip glosses while I'm trying to touch her up in between takes. I'm like, this is... You just have moments of spiraling, like just questioning your whole existence. There was a moment where we actually got to go back to the trailer and I was so grateful for lighting in there. But the rest of it was one look. So there was no look change. So everything was done in the darkness. And Nicki Minaj was there like this. She was also on the track. Like it was a big moment. Like you just want to look incredible. And she did look amazing. And it makes me so happy that everything turned out it turned out smooth. But the behind the scenes of it all was, in my head, I couldn't believe that I didn't have a portable light. Like if I would have just had a portable handheld battery powered light to just hold up and then touch up at the same time, I would have been killing it. So it's moments like that in your career where you feel so challenged that it really teaches you something. It's like you've got, at this caliber, on this level, you need to have multiple lights. Don't show up with, first off, the fact that I didn't have one at all. I had it in the trailer that was like suction cup to the mirror, but I didn't have one in my set bag.
The go light.
And I think the music video I did with her, this was the first and biggest music video I ever did.
Wow.
You know, like, so this was a very big learning lesson. I went straight into it. You know?
Thrust into the wolves.
Oh, like ran straight into it. And I'm grateful for that opportunity because I think when you go through something like that, it teaches you so much. It makes you a better person, a better artist. When people are clapping for you and congratulating you for your successes, what did you learn?
Nothing.
You didn't learn. You didn't learn anything.
Nothing.
It's those moments where you're tested and you're challenged in life that you actually learn something. So I always tell my assistants that I'm like, when something doesn't go your way, just remember, like, this is something that you get to learn from and you'll never
and
do
be better for.
Exactly. And it turned out to be amazing. So I'm grateful for that. And there was one more moment. I was in Cannes for the film festival and I was with Cami Marone, and she's an actress. And so it was 2019. It's like, I should have learned my lesson. Okay.
Thank you so much to Cook Unity for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage, you guys. Honestly, nutrient-dense meals are so vital for our health, and they don't have to be boring. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of times people like think that eating healthy can be boring. No. You guys can look up Miss Cook Unity. They have fresh flavors for every diet, including keto, gluten-free, and GLP-1 balance.
It's easy. It's effortless. You get to choose from hundreds of meals prepared by award-winning chefs, or you can just let them choose for you. And the best part is there's no cleanup, there's no meal planning, and the meals are delivered fully cooked. You just have to heat them in as little as 5 minutes. It's flexible, commitment-free from subscriptions. You can skip deliveries, pause deliveries, or even cancel at any time. So it's a really great option if you want to get your health on track, but you don't have time to go to the store and you don't have time to cook all these meals. You guys can enjoy restaurant quality meals for the fraction of the price. The subscriptions start for as low as $11 a meal.
I also think it's really cool that their roster of all-star chefs included like Food Network alumni like James Beard, who are just award winners and acclaimed restaurant balancing flavors, and they taste so good. I'm very, very impressed with the meals. You guys can go to cookunity.com/full or enter code FULL before checkout for 50% off your first week.
So I did, but it was a little different. So this time I thought, okay, I knew I was gonna be traveling for 2 weeks because I had to go to Monaco for Grand Prix and also Cannes. So I was trying to pack light. Bad idea. Never pack light as a makeup
pack all the
artist.
shit.
Pack
all the lights, pack all the things. You know, ever since both of these scenarios happened, I overpack lighting.
I was gonna say, I know that kit is stacked.
It's two
stacked now.
I can't carry it alone.
Yep.
Okay, I can't carry it alone. So I'm in Cannes and I'm going to do Cammy's makeup, and I get to the room, I plug in my light, and at the time I was using the Toda light. It's the hot lamp. Okay, this was like the light of that era.
Yeah,
you know, we were all using it. It blows out your photos. It gets really hot and it makes you look golden. Like,
isn't it like industrial?
It kind of is. It's
like
a golden hour light.
At Coachella, someone would bring it every year.
Yes.
I remember we would all get ready. Someone would
sweating
have
in
it.
front of it, but you would look amazing.
Yes.
But you would look amazing. So it was a popular light. We all put it to rest, but at the time, it did what it needed to do in the U.S.
Job. Right.
Now, when you left the U.S. with it, different story. So I plug this baby in.
No.
It starts sizzling. It starts catching fire.
The conversion.
Yes,
Baby, she's smoking.
Yes, she's smoking. And Cammy's like, is everything okay? And I'm like, everything's fine.
It's on fire.
It's on fire.
It's on fire.
It's basically sizzling. Like I could have burned down, God knows. So you know, it's daylight, so we got through. Okay. So then as soon as I finish glam, I'm like, Operation Find a Light.
Yep.
So I start walking the streets of Cannes. Little did I know, there is no. You're lucky if you can find a Sephora there.
No.
There is no
it
makeup
is the
stores.
Tiniest
there is
town.
nothing. I can't go on Amazon something. It's game over. So I'm walking around and I'm looking for a hardware store. I'm like, oh, a hardware store. I'll just get like some kind of light someone would use for construction. You know, I'm like looking for anything. This light, it had no stand. It sat on the ground and it did nothing for me. It had no like pivot or tilt or anything. It was just like this. Like I needed to hold it. It was awful. And it basically, the tint on it was like it's kind of like a gray white undertone. Like you looked ghostly.
Yes.
It wasn't helping.
It was
Beautiful.
It was a
Love
hurting.
it.
Honey.
Yeah, it was taken away.
It was taken away. So I still bought it. I used it.
Yeah,
And then it was there for so long. Another day, I ran into this makeup artist, Vincent. He's a New York makeup artist. And I'm telling him what's going on. And he says, oh, honey, I've been coming to Cannes for years. This was my first rodeo, okay? So I didn't know. He was like, you gotta bring multiple lights when you come. And there's like certain lights that are gonna blow. So just like you gotta check these things before. I was like, got it, writing this down. okay, so he's like, I have an extra small ring light. I'm gonna let you borrow it until I need it. So he let me borrow it. So I will say our community is amazing. And there's so many angels out there. There's always somebody looking over you. And ever since then, whenever I go to Europe, I bring the brand, the makeup light. You guys know, like those have great attachments for, you know, European attachments, all of them. I'll bring 2 of those. I bring my handheld. So, I mean, I have at least like 3 to 4 lights on me when I travel. Because you have
Smart
to,
girl.
I think at this caliber.
You learned that lesson.
I learned,
Girl, you're doing
finally,
so celeb. Like you have to like.
Yes.
It's
like,
different. It's not the same.
It is. And I always tell people, it's like, when you are at this caliber, working with this kind of clientele, well, what makes you different?
Yeah.
What makes you different? Because there's a lot of amazing artists out there. So I would ask myself these questions throughout the year, and just showing up and being on your A game, and not just showing up, but really showing up and
showing out.
Showing
out.
Up and showing exactly,
out,
Manny.
honey.
It's like being a little extra with it, with your tools and your equipment. You know, people remember
you learn your
those
lessons
things.
too. On
Learn
like
your lessons.
I have another question too. So since you've learned all these like lessons throughout, is there anything that a client has ever told you that you took with you and you're like, that's something I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life, or some type of an experience that they gave you that you're like, this is going to be with me and it's like really stuck? Is there anything like that that's happened to you?
Yes. Okay. So
you're like, well, yes.
Well, yes. There's been a lot. I'm gonna give you a good
You're
one.
like, which one?
Okay. I'm just.
It's a Rolodex.
One special one. Okay. So, and I will say, I've learned so much from my clients.
Right.
Like you learn from everyone around
Yep.
you. You know,
Absolutely.
and these are the most powerful, most influential women in the world that are sitting in my chair. So I will. Yeah.
Do you know
I
what's
take
really
notes.
cool about that? I was listening to not to interrupt, but I was listening to a podcast this weekend, and it said the 5 people that are around you the most, if you say, what's your number one trait? What's your number one trait? The 5 traits will describe you.
Wow.
Because you absorb from the
Wow.
people that are around you the
Yes.
most. The top 5 people around you is what you absorb from. So their top traits will describe yourself.
That's.
Is that why I'm so funny coming around you all the time?
I believe that. No.
Yes, I just kidding.
Yes. No, you guys are much made in heaven. No, this is everything. You have to-
Anyways, you're
Right.
around a lot of really
Right.
amazing, powerful
Yes,
women. So I
I'm
mean,
grateful.
you're such. They should be grateful too, because you're
you.
amazing.
You're also an
to
amazing,
be
powerful
around
woman.
them.
I really appreciate that. I feel like it's always a good match, and the good ones find me. So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Okay, there was this moment back in the day. I was with Lily Galici, and I was telling her, I was so excited. I was doing her makeup, and she's always been like a big sister to me. And I'm telling her that I'm going to go do Kim's makeup for the first time. And she's so happy for me and so excited. And she says to me, she says, you know, I'm really, really excited for you. She's like, I just want to give you a little bit of advice. She said, I love the way you do your makeup and it's beautiful. She's like, but when you go to do A-listers like this, especially Kim, she's like, you should kind of scale back. She was like, because we all know that what you're capable of, and your makeup skills are phenomenal. They're immaculate. So just show up and kind of scale back, and it comes off as you're not really trying, and you don't need to.
Confident.
And
Yeah,
it's confident.
you're confident.
And
You don't have to overcompensate for anything.
yeah, and I actually love that she told me that, because I think, you know, I've noticed that a lot. I think the makeup artists in the industry that are really respected, that have been doing this for a really long time, they know their worth and they know where they stand, and they can kind of roll up how they feel. I mean, look polished, look good, but come with like a really fresh, clean look.
Yeah.
And then that kind of became my thing. And I really love that she shared that with me.
I love
because
that.
you don't need to overdo it. But by the way, I'm glad she did, because this
The
was
year.
Yes,
I was
the
like, what
year.
year was
Hold
the
on.
year?
That
Okay,
context.
okay, you know. Okay, let me give you a little context. The year was 2016, so it was like I was wearing lashes. It was
cut crease.
Yeah, I was a different face. It was a different
We're not
face.
talking about this makeup.
We're talking about
that makeup.
Okay,
and so
she-
Lily Galici was like, basically, do this or less.
Yeah, toned down.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad she said that, because
That's a real friend,
we were
by the
all
way.
drag queens then.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All of us full
Let's just say
drag
it.
every
Yeah,
day. And
baby
she
drag.
was like,
And I
Ash,
lived.
don't do drag.
Don't you
She's like,
drag?
you
She
know
was like,
what?
don't
Just
do
on the
drag.
weekends.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
said, wow, what a good friend.
That
Don't
was a
stack your
good
lash,
friend.
babe.
Yeah,
Don't
just
stack that
one
What
lash.
if you
Just
do one outer corner instead of 3 stack lilies?
And that's a good friend.
That's a good
You
friend.
can't do 3
What,
Mykonos
what
stack,
a
babe.
great piece of advice. Okay, so here's some advice for our listeners. Now, our listeners are going to be excited to have you on. They're beauty lovers. They come they derive from me and Manuel.
Hello.
What is a common mistake you feel like people do when doing their makeup? And this can be anything, a little tidbit of advice you want to share.
Okay, common mistake that I think people make would probably be when they don't take the time to really look at their eyeliner before they leave the house. When you see, there's people you run into and you see their liner and one of the wings is here and the other
one's here. You can say my name.
I'm like, I know it well. I'm like,
Laura Lee. Laura Lee, stand up. No, I'm kidding. You could do no wrong. Hello.
I love you.
I love you too. But you know what I'm talking about. It's like some people's wings are like the wing isn't sharp.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking about this. Like, if you knew how to clean it up, you would have beautiful eyeliner. You don't have to be amazing at eyeliner to do good eyeliner.
You just got to know how to clean it.
If you knew how to clean it up quick, you know what I mean? It would just save you so many steps. So if you just took the time to take a makeup wipe and an angled brush, a clean angled brush, not a dirty one. Grab your clean one that you use only to clean it up.
Speak it.
Pinch it in the makeup wipe, kind of like just pinch that, get it saturated on both sides. Take the brush and sharpen that edge. Well, it would fix all your problems. You know what I mean? And if you're not, then if you tell me, well, I'm just not good at eyeliner at all, well, then do it with eyeshadow and a brush because it's more forgiving. And then you can clean that up. Because I think it gets intimidating with a liquid eyeliner for some people. But if you just sketch it out first with an eyeshadow, then baby, that would solve all your problems.
And you just go over that sketch.
And you just
if you want to.
And then you just go over that sketch, or you leave it if you want a soft look, but you can clean it up. And if you clean it up, it just makes you feel like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you look like you know what you're doing.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay?
If you have
That's
a sharp
a really good
line,
piece of advice.
Yeah, thank you.
I've bought now Half Magic makes the eraser pen
Yes.
where I just talked about it in a YouTube video and it has the makeup remover on it.
It's so good.
Pretty
I love
amazing.
that. I love having
And then you just wipe it and you can use it 100 times.
I saw that on TikTok.
It is. That's where I bought
impressed.
it. TikTok shop. That's how they got me.
Yes.
But I haven't tried your trick. I always would,
love that trick.
use my nail or something to wipe
Q-tip.
off.
I've done like
to
a
just-
Q-tip with like micellar water.
I'm going
too.
to try
I love that
this. Just getting that makeup brush.
Yeah.
Or
like
the
that.
angled sharp brush.
And with the
Laura
makeup
was really
wipe,
asking the
just
question
doing
for
it quick.
herself. She's like,
I know. I think that was for Laura. I love it.
Yeah.
I'll just
It was
come over
personal.
and help
That
you
was
with
more
it.
personal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, another makeup question for our beauty lovers out there. Are there any other underrated makeup techniques or trends that you think deserve more attention?
I love this question because I feel like eyeshadow needs a front row seat again.
Ooh.
Oh.
And I am so ready for it. I feel like for the last couple years, since 2020, that was the last time we really saw eye looks. And it's because we were wearing masks. So I was really excited during this time because I wasn't excited to wear a mask. I was excited that people were playing more, experimenting with shapes and color and things like that. I'm not really a huge color person when it comes to makeup. I like more sexy, bombshell, sultry looks, but I love shapes and being able to kind of create something a little bit more creative with brushes and all of that. I miss it. I feel like we just see the clean girl eyeshadow look. We're just smashing bronzer all over our eyes and calling it a day with
Shred me.
Yeah.
So now say Manny's name.
Exactly. So
Copper
Manny,
lit.
stand up. Literally. And I love that too. I also do it and I'm guilty of that. But I think I miss like those soft glamour looks. 2016 was such a fun time. We don't need to go that hard.
We took it really far.
We took it really far.
A whole different outlier.
And I feel like we're not going to go back to that per se, but I do predict in the future
Somewhere in
that
the
we're going to
middle.
see something in the middle. It's going to be a bit more elevated, and I'm so ready for eyeshadow to just kind of elevate.
You
I
guys,
love that. I love that.
Bust out those old
Bust out.
eyeshadow
Bust them, you
palettes
guys.
because
I love
baby,
that.
they're coming
Don't be
back.
shy.
Your predictions are.
I've been having
right
like
now.
a big like neutral cool like moment on my eyes recently. Like I've been really into like neutral cool.
Talk to me, yes.
Like kind of like
I
neutral
love-
browns.
Oh yeah.
Leaning into gray.
I love.
And I've been really liking that a lot. And I
So
usually have not.
beautiful.
I've always been like the maroon copper warms.
You weren't like a grayscale.
No,
girl
never. I was
before.
never a grayscale girl. But
Yes.
recently I've been really enjoying the cooler
Love that.
tones. And I think it's because it adds like a lot of shape because it's cool.
That's a lot of shape.
And I
It's
really like
kinda-
that.
It's very 90s. It's something really sexy and grunge about it
It
too.
is.
Yeah.
You can't get that kind of grunge effect with warm. Like you just
No.
can't the
You
same.
you just can't. No. You
And I just really
can't.
liking it.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's kind of like messy in a way. And I
It
enjoy
is.
it.
It's like a little Charlie XCX.
Maybe that's
Like,
why.
Yeah, I think that's why.
And I'm a big Charlie
You're a
girl.
big brat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big brat. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Huge. Huge.
Okay, well, Ash, we love you. We adore you. I'm literally inspired every time I'm around you. And I'm so grateful to call you my friend. It's funny, you know, like, because I know you're a professional makeup artist, but I feel like I've just been around you and known you for so many years. I never care what my makeup looks like around, you know, like, I don't care.
Cool.
I just know you. So I like, you're a friend to me first. Like, I don't see you as like Ash the makeup, you know.
Totally.
I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But anyways, besides all that, before you leave, we want to play a game with you, and it's explain that picture.
Oh my God. Well, first off, I love you. I am so happy we finally got to do this.
Yes.
I love you guys so much. And I'm just like fans. I've been fans of you from the beginning. And I see us as like friends throughout the years. Like,
Totally.
you know what I mean?
Totally.
It just feels good to just be sitting here and kicking with you.
Yes,
100%.
exactly.
It just feels like normal.
Yeah.
So I just saw the episode on the Kardashians with Ann Body Wedding. How was that?
Oh my God.
You did the glam, girl.
Yes, that was such a fun trip. If you were to ask any one of us, we would tell you that was probably one of the funnest trips I've ever done.
Way.
Like out of my industry career, like that was a moment. Okay, so Kim and Chloe asked me to do their makeup for them Bonnie wedding, and they take Chris Appleton and myself on this trip. And it's the longest trip. We finally get to India, and the girls go straight into a fitting. It's 3 a.m.
Oh.
So they go straight into a fitting, and we're with them. We want to see the looks that they're doing so we can get inspired off of the looks we want to create, and we get into all of that. Then we all rest for 1 hour. I say rest because that was not a night's sleep.
No.
Okay. So it was bus, club, train.
Another club.
Yeah, you know how that goes. So basically we sleep for 1 hour. We get up, we go into glam at 6 or 7 a.m. and we were going to go to this spice market in India and walk around, and Chris and I were going to go with the girls. So we're getting them ready, and we find out in glam that we're supposed to attend the wedding, which is the same night, with Kim and Chloe. And Chris and I are looking at each other, and he goes, Ash, we don't have anything to wear. And this is an Indian wedding, and this isn't just an Indian wedding. This is the Indian wedding,
yeah.
the wedding of the year.
Yeah.
There's thousands of people that are going to be there.
Thousands?
It's decadent. Thousands. It's over the top.
The diamonds,
it's extravagant. I mean, this is what dreams are made of. Just like you
Hillary
just
Duff.
feel like it's a movie. Like you're like, I'm
Unbelievable.
living a movie walking into this wedding. So we're thinking, we need to look good. What are we going to wear? So we find out from our team that the family had actually asked us for our measurements, and our agents gave that information over, and that they had outfits for us to wear. So I thought, oh, okay, let's see what we're wearing. We saw this photo of the outfit, and Kim and Chloe catch wind of it, and they're like, you can't wear that. You can't wear that.
They're like, surprise, baby. Here's your outfit.
Surprise. And Chris and I are like, what is this? It literally looked like a boo from Aladdin. Like it was giving hired help.
Yeah.
And I know that. I know I'm very aware of what my job is, but I don't need to look like the hired help. I'm going with my clients. We want to look presentable and we want to look good. I don't want to look like a boo.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
imagining you and Chris Appleton in a matching a boo outfits with the little hat.
That's what
And
I'm
the
imagining.
shoes,
Oh,
the little shoes with the bend.
Yep.
And I don't want to envision it. I can't. And so Chloe and Kim are like, you guys can't wear that. You guys shouldn't wear that. It's not okay. And so then moments later, we finish glam and the girls are getting dressed and we're about to leave to go to the spice market and then come back, get ready for the wedding and do look too. I look over before we're about to leave and Chris is getting fitted. He's with the tailor and she's measuring his arms, measuring his thighs, measuring the ankles, measuring the neck. I mean, measuring everything. And I look at Chloe and I'm like, Chris is in a fitting right now. And she was like, Ash, you should totally ask if she can fit you next. You know, you should get something, which is so nice of her to say. So I asked the tailor if she has time to fit me too. She's like, let me get you. So she starts measuring me. I'm thinking, I have videos of this. It's so funny. I'm thinking I'm getting the full experience.
Girl, you're about to eat.
Girl, I'm about to eat. She's measuring my bicep, my tricep, my neck, my waist, my hips, everything. You might as well measure my big toe, like measure everything. And I decided to tell her, okay, if you have any material that's teal or like an emerald, I'm thinking, you know, kind of Princess Jasmine energy.
Totally.
If you have any. And she says, I have to just see what's available because, you know, I'm making everyone's outfits. Let me just see what I can do. And what I respect is that no one said no.
Yeah.
No one said no. Okay. I still don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. So we get into look number 2, and now we're getting ready for the wedding, and we're literally in glam on Kim and Chloe. And Chris looks at me and says, Ash, where's our outfits? And time is of the essence. They are about to get dressed. We still don't have outfits at all. And I'm starting to get a little nervous. It's raining right now. My hair's getting frizzier. We don't feel like we're trying to throw ourselves together for this. It's so
For the
funny.
wedding of the year.
Yes, for the wedding of the year. We're trying to throw it together really fast. He was like, why don't you just step aside and call her really quick? So I'm calling her while we're in glam, and she says, yes, your outfit's on the way. I have 2 for Chris because he's brought her, and then I have yours coming, and I'm going to drop it off right now.
Love.
So I'm thinking, okay, well, at least I have
saved.
something. We've been saved, okay? It gets delivered to us, and I kid you not, I don't know about his because I can't remember, but mine came in like a little cellophane bag. It was giving fast fashion. It came in the mail. Maybe it was picked up from the market in town. I have no idea. So I'm just like, let me try it on. So I go into the other room. I put it on. They're like, Ash, come out. We want to see your outfit. So I come out, and Kim, Chloe, Chris, my assistants, start busting out laughing. Like we were rolling. I literally had the best laugh. Chris goes, Ash, it's giving Mother of the Bride. It's literally giving, it was like the boxiest. It had no shape. It was just a box.
She's measuring you for no shape.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're like, what did you do with
What did you do with
measure?
that?
What was those measures?
The math wasn't mathing. I was confused. But okay, so the only part about it that kind of saved me was the bell sleeves. It had a bell sleeve with some gold embellishments on it. So I would turn to the side and thought, okay, I'm giving
Cover
a little
yourself.
shape. I can cover myself, but I can give a little moment.
flare.
So in
A
little flare. So in all of our pics, I'm giving a little flare to the side. I just walked to
You
the
knew exactly
side
what
all
you were doing
night.
every
Like
time.
all night, I just walked
Honey.
to the side. It had a little V, like right here. So we were trying to like rip it and like make it more
Little cleave.
more cleave
Sexy.
or something, because everyone's wearing saris.
And you're in a box.
And I'm in a box. I'm wearing a
cardboard
Mother
box.
of the Bride outfit. He's trying to rip it. It's not ripping. And
Industrial.
now time is really of the essence, and they're getting in the car and we have to go. So I'm trying to get into our like the glam car that we have for us. And I am like stumbling on this outfit. It's so long. It has a train. I'm tripping on it. It's monsooning outside, raining, and it's getting all wet. And I had these like little slip-on heels, and they fell into the rain. And I'm like trying to pick up my like it was
A mess.
yes, it was a mess. But I will say, she did deliver. Okay.
She brought you
She
something.
did. She brought me something, and I was grateful for that.
I know you
it
were.
may have not been what I wanted.
I know you
but
were.
it saved me, and it was
It's better than a
something, 'cause
boo.
it's
Yeah,
better than a
a
boo.
boo.
It's better than a boo. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
And
honestly.
You know
we
what?
still had to go to the wedding, so I was like, okay, this is better than a boo. Yeah. I just
That is
can't-
so crazy. Just
No.
the idea of it is like so crazy to me.
just so crazy. Like just the turn of events that happened so fast, But I will say, it's like, when you're traveling like this across the world, anything can happen.
Yeah.
First
For
off,
sure.
anything can happen every day. But when you're in another country and
It's
you're
different,
there
honey.
for work, it's just like a free for all. It's like
Yeah.
you just don't know what's gonna happen. I think that's the fun of it, and I think that's why I love my career so much, because there's never a dull moment. It's always something new. And it makes for a good story.
It does.
Absolutely. It's so funny.
That's the bright side of it.
I'm
It's
imagining
so
you coming out
funny.
as like the mother of the
They're
bride.
like,
It's so
okay,
funny.
let's see it. And it's like, what? They're like, Ash.
They're like, go back in.
Okay, turn around.
Turn around, baby,
Go
rip it
that
off.
way. In hindsight, like I did throw my glam together.
Oh, I know
Oh
you
yeah, I
did.
bet you like looked sick
I
and
know
still.
you
It's
did.
still, we
Girl,
still did our thing.
never
I just
looked
have high
bad.
expectations.
Never. She's
You
looked
never
bad.
look
Like-
bad
Thank
until
you.
we pull up these pictures. You're
Woo!
I'm so scared. Okay.
Okay. So now before Ashley's, by the way, we were talking and on the episode of the Kardashians of the wedding, Kim's huge diamond falls off this diamond necklace she's wearing as she's talking. And me and Ash were saying, like, I would love to be there after the wedding to clean up because, babe, the floor is just riddled
How
riddled
fun
in
would
with
that
jewels
be?
and gems and
How
diamonds.
fun would that be?
Me and
to
Manny's
just
the
be-
cleanup
Bitch,
crew.
I
You
will
see us in
clean.
the background, the
Cleanup.
janitors.
I'm like,
Yes.
The diamonds,
Whatever
babe.
y'all need, I got it.
Diamonds, because honey, the money in that room
Everywhere.
was crazy.
The rubies.
It was the rubies,
The emeralds.
the emeralds. It was amazing to see. It
I
was,
Yeah.
love that.
it was such a
Totally
moment, and
insane.
the looks were so much fun to do.
Yeah, that
Like,
was.
I bet.
I'm gonna recreate some for my YouTube channel.
Wow.
Yes.
Chloe.
Yes.
Yeah, because those were such fun
so
looks
cool.
to do. Yeah, it was definitely like
100%.
a viral India moment.
Yeah.
Really cool. Okay, well, next we want to play a little game with you. You're going to explain that pic. So we're going to put some pictures up, and we want a little background information. We want some more information on these photos.
Okay, I'm nervous. I'll be a good participant.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Oh my God. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is life before keratin treatment. Literally life before keratin. I didn't
full and
know
luscious.
what a keratin was yet. I think
This
I got
has
one
to,
that
with the highlight
year.
and lip, it has to be 2018.
Yes.
17, 18.
There was layers of
The
highlight.
booty. I love the booty.
There was layers of.
I thought you were talking about her butt. I was like,
yeah,
I can't
about
see
the
it.
shoe. The booty
Oh,
shoe.
the booty.
The booty.
Oh,
The booty. The
we
booty.
all had booties.
A booty was
You
in.
wore a booty, even a booty heel.
A booty heel?
A booty.
It's
Anything.
It was always a boot.
It was a boot. It was it was a boot, like a Doc Martin boot. It was any kind of boot.
It was always a
really.
booty.
Boots were worn.
Boots were worn.
Boots were worn.
They were
Trust.
worn for years. Oh my
a bitty
God.
bitty.
And the hair, I mean, it was giving, you're from Houston, Texas, and you're proud, and you're also Middle Eastern. You have no idea how to do your hair. I'm okay with that. And the lip, I kind of live for the lip.
I honestly love the lip.
She's
the
a vampy girl.
I'm not mad at
You're
it.
like, maybe you'll bring that back.
The outfit kind of eats for that era.
For the era,
does.
it was
This
everything.
is so trendy
era,
on
it
par.
For this
is
time,
it.
It was like throw on a bodysuit, a
Yes.
little leather
A little
skirt,
bodycon,
The
and you're good to
booty.
go.
Bodycon.
You're like, I know. I'll do a booty.
and
a booty.
And have just the shoe.
I have the perfect shoe for this fit.
Just the shoe.
A booty.
Just the shoe.
You're like,
Yo.
now this was the light you were talking about. The lighting. The lighting.
That was
This is
okay.
the lighting.
I was working at Mac. No, this was worse. I was working at Mac.
Excuse me. The picture.
I like how everything's on camera.
2014.
Oh,
11 years ago.
Like
That's crazy.
You went hard. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was taken in the Mac store in the PMA room. And for those that don't know what that is, that's the private makeup application room. So I would always sneak off into that room and take selfies.
This is
Yeah.
the lighting
would
I
get-
want.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I would
pores,
blown
honey,
out.
no skin.
Blown
I would
out.
get so close to those bulbs.
Ooh,
Like
honey.
I would get so as
Look
close
at
as
that
I
bulb
could.
was like
I was
here.
like, blow me out, and the selfies had to be like here. Like you had to do them here.
yes.
And it was also
Sickening.
giving life before keratin. It was giving spiked eyebrow pencil.
Oh,
from
I know
Mac.
all about spiked. Baby.
Oh
I
yeah,
was using
this
that
was
constantly.
the era.
was-
Look at the lash
Look at
and
that-
the
look at that
eyeliner.
kinda sexy
This is
lip
probably
on.
what I
Oh,
used for my
yes.
inspo
You
pics
knew.
of like
I know
my
that's kind of
glam.
sexy.
Yes,
I could tell. I used to wear
This
kind of
was your
sexy
inspo pic.
every
This
single
was
day.
it. I probably pulled this up and was like, I want this makeup right there. No,
I love you.
Yeah.
No, I love you. This was Galici Glam.
This
was
was-
like
Galici
this
Glam.
was that
A
era.
la- look at that
And
lash.
Yeah,
Yes.
Galici Glam was just giving. It was like a lot of lash, a lot of brow, a lot of lip, and it was definitely kind of sexy on the lips.
You
and
ate
that
For sure.
babe.
such a good lip. Yeah.
And it's still sickening.
Oh my god, I was orange. Bless her. Bless her.
It's literally
Okay.
just twinning them. It's
This
twinning
is so
them.
this is so good. I actually when I posted this, I posted it in black and white the other day. So thank you.
yeah.
No, I'm dead.
Yeah, we
I'm dead.
made sure
I
to
don't
get that
care.
one.
Yeah, yeah, you
color.
made sure, babe.
We needed the color.
She's like, yeah, let me make sure to get the 2014
Yep.
version, not the one I edited. I love it. I love it.
I want to know what shade of concealer you used for this.
This I used to take
Alabaster.
yes.
NW10.
It probably was like NC15.
Oh, yeah.
And it was light. No, the shade light in the MAC mineral skin finish.
Oh.
The MSF. I would take the MSF with one of those like dense powder brushes that were smaller, and I would pack under the eye.
Not a
I
crease
loved
in sight.
MSF. Let me
Not
tell
a
you.
crease, not a
crease.
nothing, and oh my god! And then I just went in with the dark. It was the shade was dark deepest, also an MSF, and I would just the darkest shade of bronzer. It wasn't even a bronzer; it was like a powder for
face powder.
someone's complexion.
Uh-huh.
And I just went in, and yeah, that was the era. I mean, listen, I'm from Texas. We love a tan.
That's a Texas
Yeah.
glam.
We loved a tan. Like now everything's we're elevated now.
Your hair looks fantastic here.
I think your hair looks great in all of them too.
I know, it does.
Thank you.
It looks so full and so like luscious.
You.
I love it in every single photo. I'm not even kidding.
Like she's a big Texas girl.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
Texas hair.
And I'm Middle Eastern. I'm Lebanese too. So I just like it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
you know, big hair, big era.
You ate it up,
babes. But this was in the private makeup application room. Like this was the first time that I did Lily's makeup was in that room. And then we posted it, and it was like so helpful for my career.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so this really brings me back to a moment. And Jesus and Angel were working at the hair salon in the same mall. So then she went over to their salon and got her hair done.
That is so sick.
And then we just hung out after.
Little did she know she was working with the 2 stars.
Legends.
She knows how to pick them.
She does. She
the 3
really
legends.
does.
The 3 legends.
Thank you. She really knows how to pick them, and she had told all of us. I think we went to Jesus and Angel's apartment after, and we hung out, and Gabriel came, and we were all hanging out, and she kind of looked at us and was like, you guys should move to LA, because we had mentioned that we were interested in that and that we really wanted to like take our career to the next level, and she said, you guys would kill it. You absolutely have to.
Isn't she such a doll?
She's great, and she's from Houston too.
Oh, girl, we've been digging.
You made these? You made these lashes from cardboard, huh?
Yeah, this was like construction
cardboard paper. Yeah,
this was made with construction paper. We were having a creative day at the store, and my hair, people were like, how do you get your bun like that? Like people would, customers would always.
That iconic visco bun.
Oh, girl, because these were like, I would help a lot of people. Like 50 people a day would come into the store. It was a big store in Houston.
In Houston?
In Houston, it was a big store.
You know, was crazy.
I was,
and the dolls
I
out
went
there
through it. Like I've worked with every single type of skin tone person you can imagine, and people would come in, they'd be like, I want everything you're wearing. So I thought the more makeup I wore, the more I would sell, and my
100%.
sales would be high.
Correct.
And it totally worked. Because it's Texas, people love glam.
Yeah.
But this bun, they were always like, how do you get your bun like that? And I would just like wrap it and it would stay.
Because you had that thick,
I had
pretty
thick,
hair.
crazy hair,
So
but
it would.
It looked like a cone or something. Like, what are those called?
I'm imagining it's up like this, a cone.
It looked like some kind of like a foam roll. I don't know. I'm not a hairstylist, but I'm.
It looked. A lot of drag queens like to do the construction paper
I was a
lashes.
drag queen.
You were. This is proof you were a drag queen.
Right here.
Yeah, you see what we're working with.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
That was it.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. Look at that little baby.
Look at that.
God. That's like a little drag baby.
That's a drag
It's
baby.
literally drag.
That's
I
drag
love
baby.
it.
Okay, so
Fur?
this brings me back to faux.
It's
no,
faux. Like,
actually could have been real.
you're like, I don't even know.
I actually don't know, because we thrifted a lot. I feel like Jesus and I, we would run around. So that could have been real, actually. Who knows? But this brings me back to such a deep memory, because this was when we first moved to LA and we had a lot of time on our hands, and we were doing Lily and I was still doing Carmen. I was grateful to have what I had, but we still had a lot of free time. So in our free time, we spent countless amount of days and hours doing looks on me. And I would practice on models too. We would get a model, or Jesus and Angel would be like, can we just do a look on you? Because
to practice.
they're just my best friends, and they were like, we love your look and you have great hair. Like, let's just do it. And so they practiced so many looks on me. So I did my makeup here, obviously, and I would practice new looks on myself.
I love that. You have to.
2016 looks. And then I think Angel and Jesus did my hair, and they would always be like collabing and working together. But this just reminds me of like all the hard work we put in.
What a great picture and a great story to pull out of this picture here. Seriously. I know.
It's so camp.
You know what?
It's so camp.
In 2016, it eats it up. It's just funny now because
Devour.
it's evolved past this so much, but it's just funny to look back.
Can we talk about the looks though? Like, we were giving looks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we were trying hard.
Yeah.
Like,
and look where it got you.
And it got you far as hell.
Look where it got you.
Look at that blown out under eye.
Girl.
I see that smoky under eye.
Do you see that?
We need to go back to
the
this
nose
lighting.
Do you see the nose ring?
Oh, baby, if you don't think I see that, that's the first thing I saw.
Everything.
I want to go back to this lighting.
Please.
Yeah. I want this lighting at all times.
Honey, I don't need to do
Blown
facials. I don't need it to be smooth.
No
pores,
that's
babe.
not lighting.
And
That's the
that
lighting.
camera too. You know the camera.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know the camera.
You know the camera.
Just
That
blown
camera.
the fuck
That
out.
camera blew everything out and had a little filter on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
She
remember
was-
that Sony.
It did the work for
That
you.
Sony
I remember
was
that
great. I need to
Sony.
get the dust off that.
You're like, let's call that Sony T. When I would take a photo on that Sony, it was literally it would blur me out, and
No
I was like,
nostrils.
No, just eyeballs and nostrils.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No skin.
nothing. I
Nothing.
was like,
And that's
Not
all
a
I want.
period.
Not a pore.
And
And I
that's
loved
what
it.
Mariah
I'm
Carey
sorry.
taught us.
And that's what she taught us.
Yes.
Thank you, mother.
Mother.
yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
Ash, this was the most fun having you. Thank you so much for all that you've shared with us today. You know we love you so deeply.
So much.
I love you guys so much. You guys are the dream. Match made in heaven. I've been looking forward to this for forever, and we finally made it happen.
I know. We've been
I know.
talking
I'm so
about forever,
glad.
but it's hard to lock down a working freelance.
Oh.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
hard to call
fair.
you, excuse me, celebrity makeup artist.
Literally, I was like,
Freelance.
literally.
Freelance. She's like, freelance.
Well,
Shit.
you're not wrong, but yeah.
You're
But
freelancing
celebrity
Freelance
for
makeup
celebrity
artist is
celebrity.
hard
Yeah.
to lock down a working celebrity makeup artist. Okay.
Very T.
It is.
Ooh,
So,
a
but
working
we
A-list
got her.
celebrity.
We got her.
I actually called out today, so I could do this.
No.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, no, I want to.
Oh my god, I love you.
Yes. No, I love you. Yeah. No, I just said block me out. Like
Love.
I'm not. I want to do this.
Because you
No,
know
I love you
something's
guys.
always going to come up.
Of course.
Something's always gonna like total, and that's just the industry we're in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's you got to do things fun
100%.
for you and be with the
Things that
people
you
you
wanna do.
love. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're so
100%.
More of
happy
this.
you're
100%.
here, and we love you.
We love you. Thank you for
I love
coming
you
on.
guys.
Yes.
We'll leave all our information, of course, down below. Check her out on everything.
Yes.
And we'll catch you guys in next week's episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you.
Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. That means laughter is free with gut-busting comedies like The Neighborhood, Boomerang, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller.
Mystery is free with countless cases to crack from Criminal Minds, Tracker, and Matlock.
I'm a lawyer, like the old TV show.
And thrills are free with heart-pumping hits like The Walking Dead and Pulp Fiction.
Correct the mundo.
Feel the free Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.